What is up, guys, and welcome to episode number 2 of our Southampton FIFA 17 career, the retro career in which we have started with an absolute bang. We are currently sat on 4 points from 2 games. That includes a win against Manchester United at Old Trafford, a massive 3 points, and our next game of the season was at Sunderland at home at St Mary's Stadium. A big game, one we are expected to win, I would say. Sunderland weren't the best team. I believe they got relegated this year, or maybe it was the year after. But it was us who went on to start the game well. Tadic, a lovely little bit of skill. Welbeck playing it on to Heung-min Son, our brand new left winger, who gets the ball just caught under his feet and puts it wide. It's a poor miss from someone of his quality. I'd definitely expect him to score that. Lovely ball from Welbeck. Beautiful build-up play. Sonny just not getting the finishing touch. It was us coming forward again, though. Ward-Prowse linking up with Welbeck. Great ball through. And Danny Welbeck, in the form he's in, you expect him to score. Scored in both games so far. So, yeah, you definitely expect him to finish that. But then it was Sunderland's turn to come forward down the other end. Wabi Kazri, who remembers him, onto Defoe. Great defending. And then it's just an absolute goalmouth scramble, really. Forster did well with the save. And it was Sunderland again coming forward. They got Fabio Barini in there as well. Decent little effort. Good save from Forster. They've got some good players, Sunderland. Defoe up front. Kazri was a great player back in his day. Well, I said great. He was all right. Underrated, I'd say. And Sunderland's corner didn't come to anything. But they came forward again, just on the brink of half-time. And it was Kazri causing problems down the left again. Fonte came across. Got booked. Bad tackle. Silly, really. There was no need for it. And Sunderland with the free kick. Kazri to swing it in. It was headed on at the near post, and Paddy McNair, the ex-Manchester United player, was quickest to react in there at the far post with a good finish. But it's poor defending, really. I mean, it's actually come off Van Dijk's head, and no one's reacted to the second ball. It's gone straight through to Paddy McNair, who scores of all people. And that was pretty much all she wrote for the first half. Not too much going on, but I was gutted to see Sunderland take the lead right at the end as well. Pretty much the last kick of the first half. And we went in at the break 1-0 down. You can probably tell by the stats, Sunderland did deserve it. They had more shots, more possession, more shots on target. It wasn't a good first half performance from us, which was unlike us in the form that we were in at the moment. But we came out second half with a much better start. And it was Ward-Prowse into the penalty barrier, cutting it back to Heung-min Son, who missed that chance in the first half. What a strange finish. It's almost like an overhead kick. But he just lifted his left foot up, and I've no idea how he's managed to get that on target, let alone get that much power. I mean, if anyone else had done that, it's probably going 50 yards up in the air. But he's managed to actually get it along the ground. So it's an unreal finish from Son. Maybe a bit of FIFA bullshit in there. But I do not care. We were level just over the hour mark. And it was this point I decided to make some changes. Went 4-4-2 and brought on Højbjerg just to add a little bit more physicality in that midfield area, which I think we struggled with. It was Sunderland coming forward again, and Cedric with a silly tackle. And the referee whips out the red card. Yep. He whips out a red card. He didn't whip out anything else at that moment, but flipping heck, what is Cedric doing? The terrible tackle. It's just a tackle of pure frustration by the look of it. It's a really bad tackle. It's Paddy McNair again, right up at his knee. It's a horror challenge. Could have broken his leg. Shame he didn't, really. But again, although we were down to 10 men, we came forward and we were looking like the better team. From the resultant corner, Son shot blocked, and Van Dijk had an effort. It's a poor effort, but what's the referee doing? He's given us a penalty. I don't know why. Handball, it reckons, and I had no idea where the hand came in, so I actually had to go into the instant replay, watch this back, and Papi Djibouti can't believe it. But what on earth is the referee doing? It's nowhere near his hands. I could not believe this. That is some absolute bullshit. It's not even close to his arms. But the referee's given a penalty. And do you know what? I'm just going to take it. No complaints from me. Luckily, we don't have VAR. Otherwise, that would be scrapped off pretty quickly. Who else was going to step up but our main man, Danny Welbeck? Scored in every game so far. And of course, he scores again. Third penalty in the Premier League for Danny Welbeck. He's turned into a bit of a pen merchant. But we do not care. As long as he's banging in the goals, which he is at the minute. What a signing he looks like, by the way. 18 million. We sold Charlie Austin for 15. And Welbeck's already turned into a hell of a player. 4th goal in the league. His 3rd penalty, yes. But it does not matter. They all count. And even though we had 10 men, we were still coming forward again. We were defending really, really well. I bought Nathan Redmond on at right mid, who's always sort of playing like a right back. He's got the pace to do that. And we had one more chance there with Rooney right at the end. How close was that? And it was Sunderland with the chance right with the last kick of the game. Defoe playing it into Lens on the swivel. Oh, we've just avoided dropping 3 points, or dropping 2 points, should I say. And Sunderland were pretty unlucky not to pick up more than nothing, because, I mean, that was an absolute robbery. That Van Dijk handball was absolute bullshit. We had one more chance there right at the end there. Heung-min Son running through on goal. Which, of all people, you'd expect him to finish that. I mean, he's usually so clinical, but he did put it straight at the goalkeeper, and that was all she wrote. We somehow managed to come away with a 2-1 win, even with 10 men. Just shows how good we really are. I mean, even in the stats, we turned it around second half. It almost helped us getting a red card, which was weird. As you can see, James Ward-Prowse getting man of the match, even though he did come off, got an assist. Danny Welbeck scoring again, which is just things you love to see. Another penalty, yes, but who cares? He will definitely be up there next season with the top score. Also, guys, I've been an absolute idiot. I don't know where the recording's gone, but I've basically played against Arsenal away. Played against Lille as well. We absolutely smashed Arsenal, who put out like a sub-team. And we smashed Lille 4-1 as well. Welbeck scored in both games, but I can only apologise. I've been an absolute idiot. And yeah, I do apologise for that. Next up, it was the League Cup. I believe the third round, and we had Oldham at home. Now, I did say at the start of the series that I'd try and play every single game unless we had a really easy game. And to be honest, I put the sub-team out, and I fully expect us to win this at home against Oldham. So I didn't play this game. We just simmed it. I'll be honest, the EFL Cup isn't the top of my priorities. Yes, it'd be nice to get through maybe to the semis, the quarters, maybe even go on to the final. But to be honest, I'm more worried about the league, the Europa League, the FA Cup, just bigger competitions. As you can see, we did win that 3-1, so we are through to the next round. And we were back in the Premiership. So Cedric was back from his suspension. We went back to a full-strength team. Welbeck, Son and Tadic are front three. We are looking really, really strong at the minute. We are, well, no one's managed to beat us yet in any single competition, completely unbeaten. But it was West Ham away, which was a weird game because West Ham around this time weren't the best. They were sort of a mid-table team, but they had some great, great players. If you remember, Dimitri Payet left West Ham this season in January. There's some other good players. Andy Carroll, for some reason I remember, yes, he's not a great player, but he's just a bit of a handful for defenders. But going into the game, I noticed on the league table, West Ham were 19th. They played 4 games and they lost all of them. That was just really strange, I thought. Well, we were right up there in the mix for the Champions League spots. They were down there 19th, not a single point to their name. And obviously, look at us looking dripped out in our fresh raincoat. And we had the best defence in the league as well, which I noticed, which was absolutely brilliant. 3 goals conceded. Obviously, those 2 against Watford. And clean sheets against both Arsenal and Man United, which is an absolute joke. The other goal we conceded coming to Sunderland. So, really good start for big Nelson Mandela as the Southampton manager. What a defence he's got. Let's have a look at West Ham's team here. I mean, they've got some good names. Payet in there, Winston Reid, who remembers him, Andre Ayew. But really, their team's not that great. They've got Noble on the bench, Carroll, Sofiane Feghouli, who I remember they signed, I think, this year, and didn't really do anything for them. But their team's not too great, so I wasn't really worried going into it. And we came forward straight away. Wayne Rooney, what a challenge that was from Winston Reid, but he didn't react. Rooney back on it. What a delivery from Rooney, and Son with the header at the far post. Oh, not Son, sorry, Tadic. Silly me. And he's got to score. I mean, just get it on target. What are you doing? He's tried to pick out that far corner, and he's got to score. It's poor from Tadic. Great from Rooney, though. And we came forward again here through Son. Rooney getting forward again. Ward-Prowse playing it on to Danny Welbeck, who buries it. Of course he does. He does not miss those. He's scored now in every single game. He is an absolute joke. What a signing. 18 million quid is an absolute bargain. He will be one of the top scorers, I reckon, at the end of this Premier League season. What a striker. We have pretty much robbed Arsenal. 18 million for him. Daylight robbery. I did not think this was going to be an easy game, though, because obviously West Ham, once you lose 4 games, you've got to score. Well, you've got to win a game at some point. So they'd be raring to go. Rooney there with a shot from just outside the area. What a strike this is. Rooney shooting is an absolute joke. He's just curling away from the goal. He's just whipping it away. Unlucky. Adrian in the West Ham goal. And it was West Ham to come forward again. Diafra Sakho, who remembers him, with a great chance. Jose Font diving in there, not getting anywhere near the ball. It was a risky tackle. Luckily, we got let off the hook. Welbeck being played in again there. Just trying to slot it under Adrian. He's got to score, you'd think. But good save from Adrian. And at half time, West Ham had all the ball. We had more shots on target. And it was 1-0 to us at the moment. But West Ham definitely had some chances. I mean, look at that. What is an absolute calamity in the box. And Rooney's shot deflected. It was almost one of them that looks like it could just loop in the top corner. I think that's Ogbonna with the block. It's a good block. But Rooney is always a threat. And it was us coming forward again here. Danny Welbeck this time into the box. Can he shoot? Can he play across? Great challenge. But look at that. What is going on there? Winston Reid just absolutely sized him from behind. Looks like it should be a penalty. And from the resulting corner, a beautiful ball from Ward-Prowse straight on Welbeck's head, which he nods over the bar. So he has scored, but he's also missed a couple of chances, which is not great. But it's West Ham coming forward, and what is Van Dijk doing? Payet was ripping us apart at this point, and he's been sent off again. Honestly, that's 2 red cards we've now had this season, both straight reds as well. That was not a red card, though. I mean, that was a silly tackle from Van Dijk, but there's no way it was a red card. It wasn't high. It wasn't last man. He's just dived in and he's completely missed the ball. It's almost like a block tackle. He's just clipped his heels. There's no way it's a red card. But it's going to be Dimitri Payet against Fraser Forster, the big goalkeeper. And Forster saves. What a save from the big keeper. An absolutely brilliant save to stop the penalty. And then late on in the game, we came forward again. Romeo, who I brought on around the hour mark, playing it through to Danny Welbeck. What's Welbeck going to do? Can he square it again? He tried to smash it. I don't know why he hasn't just squared it. A bit selfish from Welbeck. Rooney to take the resulting corner. What a ball! And our skipper flying in. Jose Font makes it 2-0. What a header from our skipper. And who's that actually come off? It looks like it's come off Font, but the game gave it as a Dimitri Payet own goal. What an absolute shocker Payet's had. He's now missed the penalty and then scored an own goal. That is terrible from him. But as you can see by the stats, we had a load more shots. Welbeck top scorer in the league now. And we get the result against West Ham as well, which was sort of expected as they hadn't won a game yet. But still, it's nice to get one up on the London club. And we were into Swansea next, at home, at St Mary's again. Swansea were a bit of an awkward team. They had Fernando Llorente up front. Who remembers him? About 6'4", 6'5" Spanish striker. Us coming forward early. Beautiful bit of skill from Tadic. He tried to find the far corner. And then they had a short free kick. Jack Cork on the ball, and it's caught out by Ward-Prowse, who slips it through to Welbeck, who's quick. He's got Angel Rangel, and he just absolutely bodies him. It's to get off me, and Welbeck smashes it towards the near post, and it's saved by Marwin Hitz. I don't know why they've got a hit goal. Good signing, though, to be fair. What a delivery that is. And what is Welbeck doing? He's tried to take a touch. Just smash it. And that is, I'm sort of to see it as an increasing problem with Danny Welbeck. Yes, he scores a lot of goals. He misses a lot of chances as well. And Swansea had a real chance here. Good save from Fraser Forster, who's been keeping us in these games. Slightly underrated at the minute. Look at that. What a ball, though, from Oriol Romeu. And Danny Welbeck this time gets his name on the score sheet yet again. That's every single game he's scored in yet again. Apart from Oldham. But I don't think he played in that one. But what a finish this is. Just pulls it across the goalkeeper. One of those low-driven shots. Great finish from Welbs. 7th goal in the Premier League. This man is an absolute machine. Swansea would try and hit back, though, for Ki Sung-young, South Korean midfielder. Who remembers him as well? What a player. Into Nathan Dyer. Blocked once and then smashed goalwards. Again, Fraser Forster, our 6'7" keeper. What a player. And that was all she wrote for the first half. 1-0 to us going into half-time. And as you look at the stats, Swansea had all the ball again. It seems to be a recurring theme that we have less of the ball. We also had a lot of yellow cards, which is weird. But again, more discipline issues. A red card last game. Cedric with that red card at Sunderland. Sort of an issue that needs to be addressed. And then straight away from kickoff, Jay Rodriguez absolutely mugs 2 men. And oh my word, he's whipped it from about 25 yards. Jay Rodriguez has just turned into a prime Eden Hazard. He's just picked up the ball on the halfway line, skipped around a couple of men and whipped it in from 25 yards. That is an absolutely ridiculous goal. Look at that. Little shake of the hips, a Hazard-esque. And that finish is just perfect. It's got no power on it at all. But he has placed that so well into that far right corner. An absolute choke of a goal from Jay Rodriguez of all people. Son not in the team because he's knackered. And Jay Rodriguez just whips that in. Unbelievable goal. We double our lead straight from kickoff. So obviously Swansea weren't happy with this. They went down, tried to score. Nathan Dyer with a chance. The ex-Leicester City man, Fraser Forster, is an absolute joke. I had to keep this in as well. I mean, Jay Rodriguez was just absolutely toying with Swansea. This was a joke. I mean, just look at that. He's flicked it first time. That is the sort of stuff that Neymar does. And Jay Rodriguez is doing it at St Mary's Stadium against Swansea. And it's the sort of stuff you see in the World Cup from Neymar. He is, what a player. And Swansea again, late on, they had chance after chance. But Fraser Forster, what a goalkeeper. He has saved us here so many times. This could have been a completely different game. This could have, honestly, Swansea could have won this game quite easily. But Fraser Forster is just an absolute joke. He's a monster. And we come away with a victory again, this time against Swansea. Romeu got man of the match, 2 assists for him. Genuinely, what a player. After some of his recent performances, he is definitely pushing for a spot in the first team. But I had to watch this Jay Rodriguez goal again. I mean, look at this bit of skill. It didn't show the first bit, but he has just skipped around. Is that key? And then finished it just unbelievably. Definitely a contender for goal of the season at the end of the season. But again, less possession against Swansea. And we are sat top of the league with 3 points clear of Manchester City. Not a loss on the board yet. Only 3 goals conceded and 12 goals scored. The best goal difference. The most goals scored. The least goals conceded. But that is going to be all for episode number 2 of this Southampton FIFA 17 career. I'm really enjoying doing this. And I'm sorry I can't really upload very often, but I just don't really have the time at the moment. But if you did enjoy it, please like, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.